Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 56 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Western and Pirate science fantasy campaign. So where last we left off, the group had continued onward down the road, having some conversations about the future when they came across a ritual site from the Gunpowder Witches. Upon fighting a black pudding that came out of the cauldron, Chauncey was briefly overtaken by the influence of the gunpowder god and ended up shooting Jed twice. After which, many conversations ensued. They discussed the future, the plans, and continued on to Coyote's Cliff, where they found that Vera Tinkertop, someone from Chauncey's past, had been relatively recently. The town is littered with automata that do all kinds of things, from labor to welcoming parties. And she apparently has a shop called Clocktick Industries. Sorry, I keep wanting to call it Tinkertop. It's Clocktick Industries. They had a night at the inn, for some people more raucous than others. And I will say that you have woken up, the morning sun streaming through the windows, and once again, the bells of Clocktick Industries' clock tower, ringing out its melodious chimes before chiming 8 times, and most likely spraying water into the air and creating a rainbow.
It's too
How do
much.
you
It's
all
too
want to spend your
much.
morning?
Like, it's 8 in the goddamn
Um,
morning. Like,
yeah, breakfast first for sure. Definitely gotta
Yeah,
eat some shit.
that's what I was figuring
yeah.
too.
I'm full.
Good morning, young whippersnappers.
Oh god, it was
Put that
something.
shit
We're
away,
still
Jen.
doing this. This is me now.
This is Chauncey's.
Chauncey, you traumatized him so much.
Well, I was gonna say this is Chauncey's punishment.
He didn't keep it up last night. It's fine.
Yes, I did.
I
I
knew.
kept it up.
He couldn't keep it up last night.
I don't even need pills for it yet.
Oh my god.
Is there my background in this world?
They have enhanced ability. Full strength. Whatever.
Trust me, darling. Some people do need a little bit of help.
Oh
He didn't
my
keep-
God.
I like old man take Lila's arm. Could you lead me down to breakfast, young lady?
Oh, sure thing, Big Daddy.
He's got a new sugar baby.
He didn't keep the illusion up last night, is what I meant.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we all knew what you meant.
You're falling behind, sugar tits. I'll shut back at Chauncey.
Oh my God. So
And
breakfast
he's just
goes
like
well.
looking in under his arm. He's like, "Are they that sugary? What?
Sugar.
Shawthorn, what's sugar tits mean?"
Oh god.
It means hurry the
Going
hell
back to my
up.
spell book, like
So breakfast here is apparently things like oatmeal with a few berries in it and some honey on top, pancakes, definitely bacon, sausage, biscuits and gravy. It seems that they have a little bit more to their disposal than other places that might only serve one thing or two things. They seem to have an array of
a
things to
full
choose from
continental.
here.
Let's go.
Oh.
Yes, a
Yeah.
full continental, hard-boiled eggs or sunny side up, too. Scrambled.
Adrian's just so happy right now. This is the first time he's ever been in civilized society again.
Decent
That's the
food.
guy who eats brains.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
So you all finish up your breakfast,
We do.
and you head on out into the morning sun. Um, at this point, once you finished up breakfast, gotten everything together, and headed back out, I will say it's probably around 9 o'clock, and you get to see the flying orbs come out of the clock tower and chime 9 before spraying a rainbow into the air and floating back in. You'll see that the door to Clocktick Industries workshop is actually open. It is a double door that opens almost like a barn door. And inside, you see various sort of models that are sort of out. It's half a workshop, half a showroom um, of various things. You see a smaller sort of version of the automata that are walking around. Um, you see what appears to be almost like a dollhouse on like mechanical crab legs. Um, and a few like framed blueprints that are up on the wall, as well as some portraits and a mess of parts on the other side of the workshop, as it seems there whoever is in here is building one of the automata that they're then going to release into the wild to help the town.
Lila's probably just like dazed. Like this, I don't think she's ever seen anything
Yeah, this is a
like this.
lot.
This is like
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
Um,
Chauncey, Chauncey's like, damn, I don't got half this
Yeah,
workspace.
Chauncey, have you ever seen automata used on this industrialized kind of scale here?
Chauncey, do you have a
Yeah.
boner right now?
An
No.
intellectual boner.
You see him like look down at his crotch real quick. He's like, no, 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 Lyla, no.
All right.
It's wonderful. Chauncey's just like inspecting like some of the blueprints on the wall and looking around, and he's just like, we did. I mean, back at Corrigan's, we put together surveillance owls. I mean, we churned surveillance owls out like an assembly line, but nothing like these.
So there are definitely a lot of blueprints for these sort of automata, various sizes, shapes tested out. It seems the tallest version was used, but there are shorter ones that are sort of used for other things. It looks like one was going to be a baker robot that would be able to bake cookies or muffins or other baked goods in an oven in its stomach so that it was portable and it could walk out to people with a hot meal. That seems to be the intended purpose of a lot of these automata is providing service, carrying heavy things, giving out hot meals, storage,
It really looks
mobile
like it would,
storage.
ruin the local economy, probably like take people's jobs away.
Yeah,
I
like carrying things around is like 90% of people's jobs.
Yeah, what is like food to go? Like, what is this?
I wonder how fast the food is. Hmm.
Probably not as good as yours,
the
though.
origin of the first
Aw,
McDonald's on
thank you,
Ponderosa is here.
Shawthorn. Vera, Chauncey's gonna call. Like, note to the side, Lovey May is just like squaring up with one of the display versions. Her like little her porcelain head is like tilting and twisting, just like
Um,
cocked awkwardly to the side in an inhuman manner at one point.
Yeah, of
Like her
course.
head rotates a little too far.
so
She's
Vera
beautiful.
Like
does
it.
not answer. However, there is another person that comes out. They're about maybe 6'5". They appear to be um they don't technically have a species for this. They would technically be a Leonin, but they are a jaguar person. Comes out with a set of overalls on, followed by two little children who are also jaguars. One of whom is also wearing sort of a little shirt and shoes and overalls, and is carrying a teddy bear. And the other is wearing a sort of knee-length skirt, that also has kind of like an apron on it, very floral print. Um, and they seem to be carrying the toolboxes for this man as he turns and uh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Vera's in the mobile shop. She's close to Bad Tusk at this point. Um,
Oh, apologies. I do I recognize this Jaguar man at all or no?
you do not, but what is your passive perception check? What is your passive perception?
8.
Okay, no, so you wouldn't notice that.
Ooh,
However, anybody who has a passive perception of 11 or higher will notice that there are actually portraits on the wall beside the blueprints that have kind of the employees.
yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
it seems there is a picture of what you assume would be Vera, a sort of purple-haired gnome, kind of lower in the frame. It looks like these were made to look like photographs. Um, but photography equipment is kind of rare, given the presence of certain materials and other things like that. There's also a tiefling, and this man. If you do inspect, there's also a fourth one, I will say. However, it seems that the tag under her name is bigger and it has two dates on it. Um,
Hmm.
but you don't get any other information unless you actually walk over and look at it. Um, but the man then takes a tool out. Were you wanting a visitor?
Um, my Vera and I we're old work friends. We used to work together, co-workers.
Oh, Bear doesn't really talk about the past, so I'm sorry, I don't really know. Um,
I'm,
so
I'm Chauncey. I don't know if she ever mentioned anybody with that name.
it does ring a bell, but
And
I don't think
I'm
she had
Billiam.
any.
This is my elderly lover, Billiam.
Well, to each their own.
Um, so you said she's off in she's at Bad Tusk by now. Isn't that where gunpowder witches are at?
I've been hearing about some disturbance. I haven't heard of gunpowder witches before. That sounds
Above
quite
game, is Bad
dangerous.
Tusk where we're headed, or have we
Think
come
Yes,
from
so?
Bad
it is where
Tusk?
you're headed.
Okay. I was like, oh, what do you all do here? What is this? I mean, it's wonderful. Has she set up shop and she just makes automata for the populace?
Yes, she wanted to use her skills for good, so a lot of these things are very helpful devices. Timekeeping, food preparation, storage and carrying, things of that nature. She's also designing modes of transport, such as her mobile shop, as he points over to like the dollhouse on the mechanical crab legs. And she's working on something she's calling a dirigible. And he points over to a big sort of blueprint that has this oval shaped something with a tiny, tiny little compartment hanging off of the bottom and fins and things of that nature on it. It's supposed to fly with some form of a gas mixture or something. She's been experimenting with lighter than air. Not quite sure I quite understand it. I'm very nuts and bolts if you know what I mean. Um, I don't deal with all the theoretical stuff.
Oh, Johnson.
Sounds
Well, my apologies. I don't think I've introduced myself. You can call me Claude. Um, my actual name is a bit longer. Us cat folk tend to have long names. Mine's Cloud passing over the sun, but you can just call me Claude. And of
Uh,
course, this is my son. You can call him Pistachio, and this is my other son, Barbara. So my daughter Barbara, sorry. It's been a morning. It's been a morning. My tools
Kind
were
of
all over the
liked
place.
the
I
other son,
did too.
Barbara.
I did too. I was like, okay, that's progressive.
Well, they're my little helpers when everybody else is out, and everybody else is in fact out at the
Oh,
moment.
Chauncey, do you think perhaps we should ask your new compatriot if any of his little contraptions have seen quarry?
Um, sure, Lyla. That's Chauncey's getting a little more distracted and a little like his eyes keep wandering around the shop, and he's getting a little. Why don't you, Lyla? I'm just gonna, and he's gonna wander off.
Okay, there he goes. Yep, lost him.
There
All
he
right.
goes. Always distracted that one.
Yeah, anyway, Claude, we're looking for them gunpowder witches. I'm assuming they was
You're gonna
headed
get
off
them
to
good.
bad dust.
Gotta
at
get
that-
'em
at
good.
All right, Grandpa.
At that
chill.
comment, you see Pistachio's eyes light up. Are you heroes?
Oh, you bet, Pistachio.
I don't know if
That's
he
I
so
look like the
cool.
oldest man in the world.
Yeah.
It's got wrinkles.
I don't really know about him, and I don't really know
Oh,
about
don't pay
heroes.
her no mind. I'm the biggest hero who's ever lived.
Yeah, yes, you sure are big.
Pistachio's eyes are just like, ah. He's
Thank you,
just
Grandpa.
into
It's a
this.
few
Just
years
like this is
younger.
my afternoon now, just lying to these kids.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Anyway, Claude, any of these like I'm assuming you got surveillance drones or something like that around here. Y'all picked up on anything what we might be looking for?
Um, Unfortunately, no. Vera doesn't exactly like things like surveillance things, and it kind of makes her uncomfortable. She doesn't like things watching and looking and that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
So
Cookies we can
unfortunately,
do,
no.
cameras not so much. Got it. Well, that's terribly unhelpful. Anybody else? Nope.
I
Let's
don't know
go.
if we're gonna get much here.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody want a cookie?
I mean, if you're thinking strange things might be connected, we have had a few automata go missing.
Really?
Well, now
Not
there
not
you
quite sure
go.
what happened to them. They just kind of vanished, and other ones started picking up the slack.
Does
They're
sorry. Do your automatons have some sort of tracking devices in them?
unfortunately not.
No,
Um,
no
we don't
surveillance.
we
Remember,
don't we don't we're not big on tracking things.
Hmm.
Big on important things like rainbows.
right?
Again with the rainbows.
And cookie.
What kind of sentience do your like automata have?
They're not really sentient. They
Okay.
run on they and he kind of opens a door, and you see inside there's a bunch of like it almost looks like it looks kind of like a music box on the inside, but he reaches in and he pulls out a box and reaches in and he pulls out these like this stack of metal almost like cards that he spreads out, and they all have these like tiny rectangular holes in them all over the place. Vera called these punch cards, and they run stuff she calls programs. This is their brains. So they run on just the card. If the card ain't there, they don't know how to do it.
Got it.
She liked to keep things simple, didn't really like too much things going on inside their heads.
So you're missing automata, like they have designated tasks that they pretty much have to stick to.
Yes, they do. They're made for specific reason. And now these cards are interchangeable. We can't just take out the old pack and put a new one in and they start doing something else. But
Exactly.
they aren't they can't really make decisions for themselves outside of the punch cards.
Well, like
It was for safety
weapon.
reasons.
Having like weaponized automata.
Um, we were thinking about doing a lumberjack one, but there wasn't enough demand for one, so it kind of got scrapped.
Hmm.
I
What
feel like
about
during the
gardening?
course of this conversation, Talipo landed on Shaw's free shoulder that Faux Pas not on, and she's just like standing there looking at these automata punch cards. She's like she doesn't speak, but and she's also like a little tiny metallic sphinx, but there's a look. There's
Yeah,
judgment.
What is
it's
what's
judgment.
her intellect?
She has 10.
Okay, so her and faux pas
Literally
are still the same.
is,
Yeah,
yeah,
her and faux
literally
pas
is
same
basic
level.
human
Yeah,
average common denominator intelligence.
like that.
Yeah. So, these missing automata, is that a frequent problem, a one-time situation, or?
We have it started about 3 months ago when we've had about five go missing, but it seems that it's been about 2 weeks since one's gone missing.
Is it like a particular model that's been going missing, or is it kind of spread across the board?
Well, they're kind of all the same model, just with
Okay.
different punch card packs. Most of them are tulip carriers that go missing.
And so they're all tulip car. Most of them are tulip carriers.
Yes. One was a repair automata that was working on a house way out at the edge of town, but most of them were tulip carriers that went missing.
That seems to be like the main export here, tulips.
Well, not the tulips themselves, the dye for fabrics, powdered liquid. Sometimes we do just take in shipments of fabric and dye it, mostly monochromatic colors, just a single color across the whole thing, and it's sent off to fashion designers who paint them, often Creators Hollow, particularly the fashion designers that want like hand painted fabrics, but they just want a base coat on it, you know. That's where a lot of our money comes from. They pay a lot of money for our dyes.
Hmm.
Not a fan of dyes, too colorful.
Grandpa, do you have any questions that you want to ask?
Where do you have your prune juice?
So it sounds like Chauncey, you're off to the side, right? Like inspecting and kind of looking around, kind of completely lost in the.
That's part of what's going through Chauncey's head, but there's other things going on in there too.
All right. So you all are talking to Claude. Barbara is kind of setting all the tools out and kind of, doing that. But some of you might see this, some of you don't. Pistachio kind of breaks away and kind of waddles himself over to Chauncey and kind of tugs on your pants leg.
Oh,
And,
oh, hello, hello,
hi.
hi. What? Pistachio, right?
Yeah, Pistachio.
Pistachio.
So does that make his first name Pistachio?
How can I
You
help you,
weren't
little
given the
man?
full name. Um, well, are you a hero too?
Chauncey's just like,
Has a
I'm
crisis right
thinking
there.
about it, thinking
Right.
about it. I'm like Chauncey's probably the most hero looking out of all of us, honestly.
Probably.
he does have fancy armor on
The giant
and
A
hammer.
giant hammer.
Yeah, like
Not to mention the horrible past trauma.
The
I
mustache.
I don't know if I'd call myself a hero, but I just try to help people out.
Oh, okay. And he kind of looks over at his dad and then at his sister, and then he kind of leans in really close. Are you here to get rid of the peepers?
There it is.
Chauncey's gonna kneel down and be like, "What are the peepers?" Because Chauncey's really good with kids.
Yeah.
Like,
They have big yellow eyes and they look through your window at night. I don't know why.
Nope, nope, nope.
My dad and my sister don't believe me.
Uh,
I hate
it's
creepy
like my
children.
childhood.
Can you tell me about the peepers? Are they in the windows?
They stand outside the windows. They're really tall.
Really tall, standing outside the windows. On one hand, Chauncey's like, is this just a tiny child with night terrors? And on the other hand, he's like, we live in Ponderosa. I just walked away from ritual sacrifices ending with a bunch of dead bodies that we burned. So he's genuinely also concerned for this child now. Did you see anything about the peepers? Are they just yellow eyes and a big dark shape?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Um,
definitely like my childhood fear.
do you have a room to yourself? Do you share with your sister and your dad?
I have a room to myself.
Okay, okay. Hmm. Can I pull a set of the so Chauncey's always carrying around the shit we pick up on the campaign, right?
Right, yeah.
While we're here, can I assemble a little one of those robotic sentry owls for this little boy?
Oh, yeah, you certainly can.
I know we picked them up all the way in session one, the
Yes,
parts,
you did. Um,
but
so I would
I
say
would
with
like
your
to.
skill, I would say it would probably take about 5 to 10 minutes to like quickly put one together.
In the background, Jed is talking to the guy, and he's like, "One of them robots, I think I was like a spot on my back.
Oh my God.
I can just flim flam it right off."
Can you traumatize a robot?
Flim
Um,
flam.
we've really been focusing. He's trying very hard to stay professional. He's just like, we're focusing on the
Hmm.
labor ones for now.
Hmm.
But
Well,
Adrien
that's
Adrien says in the back, "No, no, 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 Grandpa. If you don't, if you don't settle down, I'll give you a sponge bath at the end."
oh goody.
Shaw just removes himself from the conversation
Yeah.
and walks away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at the dirigible
Good
blueprints.
call. Oh,
You
how
have no idea
fascinating.
what any of those
Mind
words on that
machine.
paper mean, but
Nope.
damn, that is a very interesting
Ooh,
oval.
look
Make sure to
how
get the bunions.
detailed.
It doesn't even have wings and it flies. People fit
Wait,
in there.
Yeah, you actually see like a little actual size like person there and like a me little measurements and it's like, yeah, this thing must be 150 feet
It's like the
long.
biggest ship I've ever seen in my life.
Probably.
To hold 9 people?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's not actually that big. The compartment for the people that is. Yeah, but anyway, back to Chauncey. Yeah, you can spend about maybe
Yep.
5 to 10 minutes assembling this like little owl that you have.
Hmm.
I don't think I rolled like parts,
I
like
mean,
how
it's
many
just
parts you have, like how many whole owls you would theoretically have, but
yeah. I know I gave some to Delmas when we first got back to town, but I know I kept a few. I'm gonna assemble this little boy, a little sentry owl for him to put in his room, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, when you go to bed at night, I want you to put this on your window, and I want you to turn this little crank, and then his eyes will glow for a second, but he'll keep an eye out for those peepers, and he'll let you and your father know if they're there, and maybe we can try to see anything about them. Okay?
yeah. And he kind of takes the owl and he runs off to his room.
But yeah, Chauncey's gonna stand back up and kind of wander his way back to the group as he's just like, anything? I'm sorry, I wandered off there for a second.
You.
He's just walking in on Jed talking about his
Yeah.
bunions.
This man's robots won't look at my bunions.
At this
Oh,
point, you see walking in is a human man, sort of brown, short, straight hair, with a reverend's collar and a sort of reverend's outfit as he kind of walks in. Well, good morning to you. Oh,
Good
I
oh,
don't know you.
Calm down,
I
Grandpa.
I
Calm
don't
down.
know you either. Welcome to Coyote's Cliff. Um, I'm Brother Dane Woodstock. I'm over at the church, of course. I'm the Reverend. Yep, and
Of
you
course you are.
certainly like to wander your way in here. Well, with you all being such a blessing to the town, it behooves me to protect the flock. Uh, your robots included. I told you they're not intelligent, but far be it from me to question a man of O. And he goes back to fixing. Well,
Chauncey likes Claude now.
well, what brings you fine folks over here to Coyote's Cliff?
Oh, we were just admiring the lovely tulips.
Our tulips are wonderful, some of the best.
Okay, doing that.
Definitely a blessing from the great O himself.
Of
Delightful.
course.
I will say you do notice he uses the term himself for O, which is not the most uncommon, but it does stand out, as most people use they, them pronouns to describe O.
Hmm. Oh, yes, we was just hoping we could get a look at one of them dye factories, see all these fascinating automata. Nothing like this where we come from.
Miss
Oh,
Lyla
I'm
Yes.
is
sure.
really into
Too
Billion
many
here.
colors.
You see, our friend here, and he points to Chauncey, is quite the craftsman himself.
Where are
Not to
you
mention,
now?
our elderly friend Billiam he's nearing the end of his life and he just wanted to experience
I got a
something
few
more.
years left in me.
I like to think when the eyes turn to Chauncey, Lovey May just kind of just glides over from inspecting another thing, and like a fucking like trained CNA nurse maid, she just starts porting fake old man Billiam. Because like I feel like Lovey May compared to these bots is like comparing a Porsche with a I don't know what's a Yugo from 1973.
Yeah,
God
that's kind of it.
damn.
That's kind of it. It's
Good-
like those like
Savage.
plastic Furbies you get from McDonald's compared to the actual Furbies
the
that
actual
we got as
Furbies.
kids with like
Oh,
I
Furbies.
can do 112 phrases or whatever.
Those
Like
things freak me the fuck out.
And murder
Furbies are
your family in your
terrifying.
sleep.
Just wait. Chauncey's gonna start making long Furbies. It'll be fine.
I knew you son of a fucking-
Do you guys,
One of-
you guys ever
One of my besties from undergrad and I used to just send each other pictures of long Furbies.
I hate long
I'm gonna
Furbies
make this
so
story.
much.
Horrible.
It was already horrifying. Why? Who? And why?
Why did we make it worse?
You didn't have to do that. Nobody asked you to do that.
I love them though. They just need a friend.
And now, Chauncey, they could become sentient.
They are
Really
somehow
is.
friend-shaped and the worst things in existence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrifyingly
Right.
friend-shaped, one might say.
Uh,
Anyway.
My next familiar is going to be a long Furby.
I gesture to the priest. Do the robots go to heaven when they die?
You'll find out soon enough, Grandpa.
Oh, God.
Well, if they do manage to find themselves with souls and do good, then I do not see a reason why the great Lord O would not take them into his embrace.
Well, I hope they're not in heaven.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Just head pivot. He may just head pivots.
I am gonna. I don't know. I feel
Can I
weird
give
about
an
this
insight
priest
check
guy.
on this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys insight check. I fucking suck at insight. Somebody else do it.
Yeah.
He's
That's
making
what
me
I'm saying.
very
I
uncomfortable.
will-
Mother. Okay, I got a
Can
15.
Okay. So I want to RP this just a little bit. I want Lyla to go
I
up and
got
be
a
like,
one.
"What about
He's
you?"
focused on keeping up the act.
I want her to say something like, "What about you, Father? Do you think you're getting into heaven?" And then yeah, insight check or whatever.
All right.
Spicy,
Say no.
spicy.
Well, I
Yeah.
certainly
Flavorful.
hope I do. It is
Oh,
for
that was
the great Lord O to decide, but I certainly hope that I do.
absolute crap.
I use subtle spell to shit his pants.
I'm gonna go ahead and guidance myself real quick. I got a 13.
So it
Are
looks
we
like
actually canon
Yeah,
shitting
I'm
his
doing,
pants?
doing it.
Wait, are you shitting his pants?
I'm shitting his pants.
I love how we've rediscovered that we can shit other people's pants with magic.
Well,
I hate the church.
I like doing that while Lyla is like questioning this man, where it's like it literally like looks like it's coming from fucking Lyla.
we'll find out if robots go to heaven.
God damn it. Uh, so as you subtle spell shit, brother Dane Woodstocks.
After Lyla
Your pants.
almost threatens him, do you think you're going to heaven, Father?
Aboard. Adrien, of course, would know this is happening, and he got a 15 on the insight check.
Okay,
Nobody
so
can tell I cast any magic.
So spell, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, also I
Remind
got a
me
nat
what
20 on that
everyone's insight
check.
checks are.
Okay,
One.
So, hang on.
Fuck it, I'll make one too.
Can I make it a
I got a
persuasion
12.
check and like tell him to answer me honestly?
You can roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, on answer
That's
me
like
honestly.
a really intense thing to ask someone who you just met and also just shit his pants.
Well, making
As-
someone shit their pants is a
You
really
all-
intense
you-
thing to do to someone you just met too. So
You just all start smelling like manure for
Yeah,
some
man.
reason.
Oh,
Mm.
Grandpa
What?
Billiam.
What does that mean?
Okay.
I like turn around and make a picture of like opening the back of my pants and checking.
Lyla
He
just
opens the
I
butt
just give
flap.
Jed the like nastiest look because that's where I think it's coming from.
It wasn't me.
just gonna pull. Lyla just pulls out a handkerchief.
I'm
Oh,
clean.
oh god.
And you
Well,
kind
that
of watch
smell isn't
as
coming from heaven.
Brother
I'll tell
Dane
you that.
Woodstock kind of for a moment and then reach back and give a weird look,
Are you
turns
okay,
around,
Father?
and there is just a stain on the pants.
Oh dear. Did you eat something? Did you eat
Father-
something strange for breakfast?
Father Winstock, you appear to have
Shit
spoiled
yourself.
yourself.
Don't worry. Once a man gets up to a certain age, it's harder to control your bowels.
And he kind of just he doesn't even bother to say goodbye. He just really confused, just kind of looks around for a moment and then just walks away.
Yes, this was good.
Are you okay, Yofi?
This was good for me.
We had our cathartic moment.
I just like Miss Lyla, you just hear in your head, like, I think Jed's going through it right now. I don't know if Jed's okay, Miss Lyla.
I am deeply concerned.
Wait, I know you subtle spelled it, but considering the last person you did this to,
This is
Chauncey's
not the
just-
time I've shit somebody's pants.
the last person
This
you
is the
shit their
second
pants
time.
was Chauncey's dickhead of an ex, so he just looks at
No.
you and he's like,
Well, it was his ex's new boyfriend,
Yeah.
Leroy
Oh.
Fisher.
Yeah,
Was the one
yeah, the
that
guy
he
who was
shitting-
bullying Chauncey at the tavern.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give Jed a look. And you're like, really?
I this is good. This is good for me. I'm happy with how events are currently unfolding.
I just
Her grandpa just really hates the church.
No, I love the church. God bless the mighty oak, power descending upon us like.
Under his eye, blessed be the
You
Oh
know,
God.
it was strange that
Please.
it was strange that he kept referring to O as a he, right?
that's sort of why
Yeah.
I was hoping to keep him
So back to
around,
the
but
insight check.
I think he just kind of sucks. Is the deal?
My insight check was a nat 20. So
Okay.
25.
there you go.
All right.
I got a 15.
Okay. Adrien, this guy has like used car salesman energy.
Oh my God.
Um, he's upselling something. He's not being honest.
Duh.
Shaw, something isn't right. There's something about the whole demeanor. It feels like a front. It feels like a show. It feels like he has something to hide. He has skeletons in his closet, and he does not want people to know that they are there. This is a mask. Something is not right.
Hmm.
It just is all kinds of skeevy.
And
How much you want to
now you
bet?
probably think it's a good thing I shat his pants.
No, 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 no.
No.
That was disgusting.
That
Still
was
not saying
unnecessary.
that.
Awesome.
Okay, again, coming from the guy who eats brains, just saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Will,
starting to wonder where the moral compass in this group needs to lie at this point.
What I'm starting to wonder is if in that priestly man's got nothing to do with the automata what been going missing. I mean, he did seem real curious about him, didn't he?
he
He seemed
comes
very
by
off.
every day as you hear Claude speak up. He comes by almost every day, and it's strange. He seems to really be interested in the automatons. He talks to them. I keep trying to tell him that they don't have anything going on in their heads. They are running
Right.
on programming, but he seems convinced there's something else to them.
He
Uh,
talks to them.
Does
he
he
does
also
talk to them. He also asked if they needed to be baptized at any point. Um,
be like talking to an oven, wouldn't it?
yes, or wind up toy or a empty box.
Can I
Really.
have? Sorry, please continue.
Taily Po just chimes a little with her glass wings, like, I'm not an empty box.
I was gonna have Chrysanthus follow him.
Do it.
All
Go
right.
for it.
So you
Follow the
watch
smell
as
of the
he
shit
as
pants.
Chrysanthus follows this priestly man who makes his way into a small chapel. Um, it is definitely not big enough for this town. This town seems to have grown quite a bit. Um, it seems like a something that would serve something like Broken Branch or Serenity Rock a lot better. Um, and he just enters through the front door. It's a very lovely sort of small white chapel with a lovely well by the side of it, for the priest's private use. That's different than the well in town. There's definitely some well-maintained tulip gardens. There's also ivy growing up the walls. It's set a little ways away from town, so there's a little bit of grass and nature and things like that. It seems like a pretty regular chapel to you. It has a bell tower with the bell kind of exposed to the elements. Um, it's wooden. It's not made of stone. There's no stone part of it. It's entirely wood, but it is painted white. And that's what you see as Chrysanthus kind of lands on the roof and tries to figure out where to go to try and see if they can see him.
I forget. How do I change my familiar's form?
You would
You just
have to
cast the spell
recast the
again.
spell again,
Yeah, it's
which
the
means you would have to
D7.
call him back to you, and it takes 10 minutes and material components and things of
It's
that
all it's a
nature.
whole ritual thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't just
I'll
like
just
snap your
have
fingers
him.
and have him transform. It's a whole process that you have to go
Oh.
through.
Right. I'm just gonna have him run surveillance on this guy then.
All right. So about maybe 20 minutes later, if we're going to do this, you continually kind of check in. It's about 20 minutes before he comes back out with a new clean um robe and goes back to town, but pointedly walks away from Clocktick Industries workshop and begins to do his rounds, shaking hands with other people in the town.
Sorry, my thing froze. I didn't hear a lick of that.
Oh, so about 20 minutes after he goes in, he comes out with new clothes and he goes off into town, pointedly going away from Clocktick Industries and starts making his rounds, shaking hands, kissing babies, yada yada.
Cute.
Everything seems pretty normal.
Okay, still running surveillance.
Should
All
we
right,
go
I'll keep you
find
updated.
should we
Could
go
we
find our
go?
witches? Witches?
Perhaps we could go. Do you think it has anything to do with these missing bots? I feel like in the 20 minutes, Chauncey's like gotten caught up by somebody,
Right.
probably Lyla and Shaw.
Are we
Sure.
still in the shop,
Yeah.
or are we like leaving?
I mean, you could have stepped outside the shop just into
Yeah,
like the
let's go
town
outside
square.
and
The
have
a
shop
chat.
opens up literally into the town square with the well in the center, and so you can kind of move like 40
Cool,
feet
cool.
away and have a nice private
So what I'm
conversation.
hearing, the church is evil because it always is.
Eh,
So we kill him and burn the church down.
Okay, there's definitely something off. Don't know
Slow
about
down,
killing and
Gilligan.
burning the church down.
Reel it back
Uh,
in.
I know you're going through a lot right now. Your boyfriend just shot you, but we can't just be burning people alive.
I was
Um,
possessed by an evil deity.
And we
Yes,
haven't
yes,
put a
we've
label on it.
established that.
So...
We know you're going through a lot. Our mutual friend was possessed and shot you.
But yeah, no, we don't need to be burning down churches. Maybe just look into what's going
I mean,
on.
we could just go to the church. There's like people go to church all the time. I could use a little chat with oh mighty powerful great oh.
Well,
do we
judging
even-
from the look on Adrian's face, it looks like he's figured out where the priest was headed. So
Shaw, I'd be careful about doing that. You might wound up catching on fire or shitting
Well, I
your
was just
pants
gonna
with this
say
one
that about
nearby.
Jen. I was just about to say
I
that
have
about
no
Jen.
idea what you're talking about. I'm just an old man. Hoop-de-doop-de-doo.
Just watch him go into the church, and then the old man vision just goes away.
So to the church then?
Yep, let's go.
Yeah, I say let's go.
All right.
Fine.
Two
I wanna-
vampires, a tiefling, two Dhampirs, a tiefling, a changeling, and an elf go into a church.
I'm just a regular guy.
I'm just an old man. I'm an old
gonna-
human man.
I'm gonna go ahead
Look at
and
me
use
in
one
my
of-
human head with no horns.
I'm gonna
As you're like,
use
boom,
Well, it is disguised self, so if somebody reached
Yeah.
out and tried to grab you on the head, they might hit your horn.
Yeah.
what does like church garb look like? What do people wear to church for this?
Just
like-
like just Sunday's best.
Nicer
That's what I was
stuff.
assuming,
It's
yeah.
also
Yeah, like
not
Sunday.
like time for mass, is it?
Okay, great.
I
It's
mean,
No,
you're
always
allowed to go
mess.
pray
You
whenever
can just like
want
go to church.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
Yeah,
have
no, I
to,
feel
like-
you. I'm just gonna have Lyla like just do a little snap, and we'll switch out of her adventuring gear into just like something
Sundress?
versatile. Yeah, her let's call it her yellow saloon dress that she
I love
does with the bodice and the tits.
So Lila's church outfit is her I'm a professional hooker outfit.
Yeah,
Her Sunday best has the girls up and out, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, obviously,
Closer
absolutely.
to God.
The higher
It's
the
got-
boobs, the
I'll be
closer
looking
to
down
God.
at something.
Listen, them priests, they ain't as all pious as they seem.
They really aren't.
Wait, Lila, are you fucking the
I would
priest back at
love-
Drake's Ridge?
I'm not gonna say I
will-
love the church, guys, but I don't hate the church. Y'all seem to really hate the church.
We have reasons.
What gave you that impression, John? The fact that it shat a priest's
Was it the
pants?
pants shitting?
Was it the throwing
Can
a priest
Jedidiah just wear
overboard?
like
It was the throwing a
Yeah,
priest
literally the
overboard.
first
Was it
time
the
it was-
impersonating a priest to infiltrate a church? Like...
that was a red flag too, for sure.
So many things.
I would love for Jedidiah just wear a full white suit with a white brim hat to church.
To the
like
church.
a pimp or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, he's
Oh
like,
It looks
God.
straight up like the
I was
devil.
thinking that too. I was like, Lila's pimp is taking Lila to church.
Give me 20 minutes, I can stitch
She's
you
been a
together a
bad,
rat
bad
fur
girl.
coat.
Oh my God.
A really big rat.
I
Oh my
do have a
God.
lot of rat pelts if you really.
We do.
Hey, don't you go throwing away my
Trim.
wine skins.
They could be
Okay.
important.
All right,
All right.
enter church.
All right. So yeah, you all have walked to the church. The door is, of course, unlocked, as is tradition, so that people can use the sanctuary to pray. Um, there is, of course, a symbol of O. I don't think I've ever landed on a specific symbol for O. I feel like it is a circle with sort of rays coming out of it, like a sun.
Just
Um,
imagining
Is
the
anyone in here like
uh,
praying? Go ahead.
um, I'll roll for it. There appears to be like a tulip farmer that kind of, as you walk through the door, kind of finishes a prayer, stands up out of the pew, walks out, and kind of tips his hat at you as he walks out of the church and off into the tulip fields. He clearly just needed some kind of a pious moment. But the church is now empty.
so as a symbol of O, I'm just imagining the ecstasy of Saint Margaret. Just her O face.
Oh my God.
Delightful.
Adrien, you're where's
That was
the
the
father at
bubble
right
Where's
word,
the holy
okay?
water?
Adrien, where's the father at right now? You're keeping tabs. Where's he at?
Um, Chrysanth, he just momentarily looks through Chrysanthus's eyes.
Wow.
He seems to be um talking to just like a group of people, and he seems to also be just not so inconspicuously kind of eyeing the parade bot that's still kind of wandering around the town square, clearly waiting for a new visitor to arrive. Um, just kind of doing a circuit. But yeah, he seems to be in the town square.
Okay, so yeah, we're okay. He seems to be in the town square, so we should have some
How
time.
big is the building that we're in?
Probably only like 100 and maybe like 60
Is,
feet long.
is there
120
anybody
is a bit
else in
big.
here?
No, the only other person in there left.
Can
And
we
it's a
lock the door?
typical, it's a typical, sure, I mean, you can. It's a very stereotypical church setup.
I could
Um,
extra lock the door if we want.
oh, do you have like arcane lock?
Yeah. Do we want to extra lock the door?
Do we need to extra lock the door? What the fuck are
Can
we
I
about
do-
to do in here?
Okay, there's like something wrong with this guy, right? Me and Lyla have both agreed upon this, and y'all
Yeah.
I
hate the
think he just
church.
kind of sucks in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I do take magic?
Wait, you're not talking in William, you sound so young and hale right now.
It's just friends right now.
Yes,
I
we're
still
just
look like
friends.
William.
Or can I do investigation first of the church?
Yeah, you can do an investigation check.
There's like a church office or something.
Yeah,
right?
can you go to
Yeah.
the office?
Yeah, can we go?
I was this close to a 20 and it turned into a 10.
I
Here it
would
goes.
really
Seems like a
to,
regular old church. It doesn't even have stained glass windows. It's just
You got a cool spell,
glass
Shaw?
windows.
You got some cool
Um,
spell?
I mean, I don't know about spells for. I mean, I could like detect magic.
I
or
was just
something,
gonna
but
look at his
Yeah.
notes and stuff.
That's what I was gonna. I want to go through his
Like-
shit.
Let's
That's what I want.
let's
I
go
wanna
go through his shit.
I will say the doors at the back, there are two doors, of course. It's typical. Jed, you would definitely know about the sort of design of this church. Um, there are two doors at the back, on either side of the sort of altar with the pulpit that do lead to the offices. Typically, there is the main office, and then there's another office for other personnel that might be there. Typically, only about one or two. In incredibly small towns, there's a possibility there's a bedroom back there, that is for the priest to sleep in, since he would live at church. So there's a possibility that there is a bedroom back there, or the
Let's hit
bedroom
it.
is part of the office.
Let's go to the priest's bedroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
However, both of the
Oh my
doors are
God.
locked.
Good.
Who can
Um,
get
I
through
have
doors?
thieves' tools.
I
I'm
can-
technically proficient
Oh,
with
I
thieves'
can
tools.
I can pick locks.
You're probably better than me.
I'm-
Chauncey.
Tool expertise extends to lock picking for artificers.
Chauncey, you're up.
Can I give help action?
Oh sure, I'm cool, thanks. I'll also guidance myself because my lock picks I made them, so guidance. 17 plus 8 plus double my proficiency is another 8 plus.
Good Lord.
Lockpicking is what?
Enough.
Sleight
It's
of hand?
enough.
It's enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're good.
it's plus 18. 17 plus 18.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ,
you
30
watch as Chauncey just takes a deep breath, pulls out both thieves' tools, and just and unlocks the door.
It's like a
almost
scene in anime
instantaneously.
where somebody like unsheaths and resheaths their sword.
Yes.
And then
Chauncey's
like a
just
person splits in half.
fiercely penetrates it.
Chauncey, don't
It's
take
not the
this
only
as
thing
an
Chauncey
offense.
fiercely penetrates. What?
That's what I was doing. There you go.
Sometimes it's
Well-
frustrating how good you are at everything.
He's so good. He's so good that not only does he pick the lock, but the door just slams open.
It's what? I had to spend a few years practicing that. When you're an
Yeah.
artificer, you have to learn about locks.
Nobody's
anything
complaining.
around here, papers, personal effects.
So it leads into a small, sort of almost like a foyer area with a lovely little plant. And there are two doors on either side, and a door that very obviously leads out the back of the church.
Where's the communion wine?
It has to be expensive.
Where is it?
Does that imply Jesus' existence in
I don't
this
give a shit.
world?
They did use the term baptism already, so,
Yeah, so-
True.
Well, baptism is part of a lot of faiths, and communion takes many forms.
Yes.
So, ergo, communion wine might exist, but just for a different reason. Not necessarily
I
the
was gonna
blood
say-
of O, but perhaps some other function.
There's so many
What is the
religious
theocracy
practices
of
that
O?
use alcohol.
Alcohol
So
for-
Turns out
Yeah.
people just like alcohol.
Yep.
Surprise.
So the door on the
I
right
just realized
opens.
something.
What?
I just realized something. If the priest dies, I can literally try the priest.
That's two for killing the priest.
God damn it.
the door on the right opens, the door on the left is
Is locked.
Chauncey, this
When you
way.
open it, there
I have a
is
little
an
priest.
office. It has two desks, two chairs. It is basically empty, gathering dust.
Chauncey locked door. Attack.
Is it really good? It's too good, at least.
you were just I got a nat 20 plus 4 on my bless.
There you go.
It's higher than 35.
Mega lock that door.
So, I mean, if we want to get technical, it was what?
42.
Plus 8 plus 2 is plus 10.
Good Lord.
It's stupid.
42.
Plus, yeah, 10. This is fine.
Because it's plus
Yeah.
18, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
it was stupid. I'm sorry.
It's 40 it's
Fox.
42.
It is. This is not even like two-handed. This is one-handed. Chauncey just walks up to the door with the tools in his hand, reaches out, and just like opens the door like it was unlocked the whole time.
Are you kidding me? He just like he pulls the tool out and glares at the lock, and the lock just
Alex
does it.
shudders
Like,
in fear. and
Yeah.
opens.
You see it rattle, and then the door just opens.
No, it's like the planes
That's
from
right,
Bad
bitch.
Omens.
Like,
I had to
Become
spend
death. Destroy your locks.
I had to spend a year of my apprenticeship just doing lock work. I got really good at it.
Do great.
we
So
love
anyway, this is half an office and half a bedroom. It is
Ooh.
Spartan. white sheets,
Mm.
a very basic quilt that looked like it was made by just some grandma somewhere. It doesn't seem special at all.
Oh.
Um, a single chair, a single desk that seems to have an inkwell on it, um, as well as another desk on the other side of the room that seems to have like holy texts and things on top of it. Um, and behind is a sort of painting of what appears to be the great god O saving Ponderosa. O being a massive cloak spread out, transforming into almost like a nebula. Um,
Is Jed still doing his hunched Billiam act, or has he dropped?
I look like Billiam, but I'm acting like a normal person.
you also see a single finger aiming downward towards some sections of land that are encompassed in sort of a circle with blue sky, and around it is this shimmering gold that spreads out into stars like a galaxy. Um, it's
Hmm.
very clearly the creation of Ponderosa, oh, using the last of their energy to save and conceal Ponderosa. And that painting is just up on the wall.
This dramatic painting is happening. Chauncey just tiptoes so he can whisper in Jed's ear, "You can shit his bed. You can shit
That's
his bed."
such a good
Okay,
idea.
so before they do though, I was really planning on having Lyla like plop down on the bed and like throw her feet up and say something like, why in the hell would anyone want to get laid on this thing?
And
It's a
then
fantasy of fucking in a church, right?
Shouldn't we make it so that there's no evidence of us being here?
I don't care, honestly.
Meh.
Does he have personal effects? Does it look like
Yeah,
there's any?
can we? Is there something for us to investigate
Yeah,
while
I wanna
Jed
go to
shits the
yes,
bed?
there seems to be a chest at the end of the bed.
Is
That
it
investments would
locked?
most likely go.
Is it?
Um,
Is this chest
surprisingly, yes, it
locked?
is. It is locked.
God
You
damn it.
No, it's
chest.
not.
Chauncey, attack!
It turns out it's his underwear.
25. I didn't
Yeah,
roll that good on that one.
the chest
Oh
just
no.
springs open, and inside are vestments, as well as some regular clothes like a cotton shirt and sort of breeches for just going out on a sort of everyday sort of thing where he might not want to go as a priest.
I'm gonna
Priests do that sometimes.
I'm gonna grab one of those
Chauncey,
sets of vestments and just throw it in my
in your
The
bag.
vestment goes into the bag. Um,
Chauncey,
Hmm.
check for a false bottom.
Chauncey reaches back and pats his. I'm kidding.
Mm.
I'll investigate the chest.
yep, investigate the chest.
Okay. 11 plus, what's my investigation modifier? 9, dirty 20.
All right. Um, there is a false bottom to this chest. Underneath of it,
Oh,
as you kind
cool.
of pull it up, are different clothes. They appear to be finer clothes, with a lot of sort of black and gray. It appears to be silk, not like cotton like the other clothes on top of it. There's also very clearly a space in there for a book that is not currently there, as well as a box with a sort of lid on it.
Pulling out the box with the lid, handing it to Shaw. Chauncey's just holding up this like other. Is it a culty robe? He's like, this silk looks
It
like it
is
was
not a
harvested and
culty. It's not a culty robe. It seems more of like a
Fancy vestments.
fancy sort of just like fancy clothes. Like it has like a ruffle sort of tie on it. It seems like something the well-to-do would wear.
Chauncey's gonna tear this, well, not physically tear it, but like mentally just blabber like Miranda Priestley and the Devil Wears Prada about this garment
Tear
he's
it
holding.
apart.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
start
it's
a
okay.
detect magic.
Jedidiah has started ritual casting something on the painting.
Oh no, are you magic mouthing?
Maybe.
While he's doing the painting, I'm detecting magic on the box.
So The object, there is no object in it. However, there is residue from the object having rested inside of it. There is transmutation energy
Oh.
around the box. Have you opened the box yet?
No, I wanted to cast detect magic first.
Okay. There is transmutation energy around the box, but you get the sense that it is not because the box itself is magic, but because it commonly houses a magical object.
Okay, I'll open it then.
You open the box. The box is split down the middle. It's not a tiny lid that just goes into empty space. It seems to be a almost like a mold that fits over the object equally on both sides. It is a casing for what appears to be a bell with a little handle, and it appears to be like a perfect fit. There is designs on this thing, as well as what appears to be some sort of language. What languages does Shaw know?
Common, Elvish, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Okay, so these are not languages that you know. This is not a language you know.
Jed, is this bell
So
thing normal church shit?
I can read Celestial, Draconic, and Infernal. So one of those.
It is not. However, you said infernal. The
Mhm.
text looks similar-ish, like they diverged from
Hmm.
a similar
Mhm.
language.
So basically, it's not infernal. It's what is the other one?
Abyssal.
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 Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Nope.
I'm trying to go to my features and traits.
Nope.
Is that
Okay,
under?
Don't you have
No.
that spell that lets you speak and read any
so give
language?
me 10 minutes to finish fucking with this painting, and then I can take another 10 minutes, and then I can read
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
it.
So I read common
I'm
in
gonna
celestial.
go out in the prayer area and just chill on one of the pews. I will leave this box with y'all. Shaw
I
exits to keep an eye.
actually would like to search for communion wine.
Oh,
Okay. Roll me an
I'll
investigation
Where
send.
that?
check.
I'm gonna send Talipo with her to give the help action.
Yeah.
Awesome. Roll with advantage.
Investigation. I don't have a bad investigation, but if I roll
Have
poop,
proficiency in everything. So
there we go. Okay. With the advantage, I got a 16. So
Okay. Um, in the other office, there is a sort of um cabinet that has a wood panel that sort of slides. It's the type that there's two panels and you can slide them this way and that way. And inside, there's the
jackpot.
stereotypical lattice work that tends to hold up bottles of wine. And there are about 3 bottles of communion wine.
Hell yeah. Those are mine.
And
I
this
don't give a
does
fuck.
seem like the good stuff.
Yes. Can you
So
value them in GP?
I will say this is the good shit. However, it will be 1 bottle per casting of fairy toast. So you can cast
Wait,
it 3 times before you need to do it again because the bottles themselves look just that expensive.
wait, these bottles are that good? Like I can use one to cast Fairy Toast?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
However, once you run out, you will have to obtain others. And these seem to
Yeah.
be the only bottles that are in there. You've looked on the other side, you've shoved against it, you've pulled on the lattice work. There is no other bottle in this cabinet. There are
You
also
can.
no other cabinets anywhere else that have wine in them.
You should just sending spell Jed's creepy basement brother. He makes wine all the time. Some of it's got to be
True.
good.
I think he was working on
True.
Yeah,
sparkling rosé at this point. I
yeah.
don't think that technically counts.
Well, I can hit up Abner for you.
also, I could bring over some wine from my estate.
Do
I
that
could.
instead.
Love that
So I would like to
everybody's.
finish casting my magic mouth, and I would like for
I
the
figured.
triggering action for him it to be him going to bed.
Oh
And
my God.
I would like it to be like a scary whisper that
Yep.
gets slowly louder coming from the painting that says, I forget what his name is. What's his name?
Father,
Brother
Reverend.
Dane Woodstock.
Yeah, Dean
Winstock.
Woodstock.
Dane Woodstock. Thine actions have earned you a place in the deepest pits of the hells. I forsake thee.
Cool.
And that'll happen anytime he goes to bed.
Cool.
Yep.
And then does he have like a toothbrush or something?
Oh my
So-
god, are you gonna shit his
Oh my
toothbrush?
God, this is horrible. No, but
God.
it would be hilarious if this
Sure,
entire
he has probably some sort of
I
hygiene
should-
kit.
I shit his hygiene kit.
Oh my God. It would be funny if this whole painting thing resulted in him actually becoming a priest of O to escape hell.
Hmm. All right. So
He
you
knows
said
what he
you're
did,
also
and then I'll start ritual casting comprehend languages.
There
okay.
you go.
So after you kind of ritual cast and look at the box, it is backwards, so you do see it backwards, but you manage to figure it out. Well, it doesn't translate quite so neatly into common. It basically says, I conjure my servants gifted to me.
Okay.
And that's written around the rim of the bell.
Hmm.
If the bell were
Okay.
there. The bell is not currently there. It's probably in Brother Woodstock's possession.
I wonder what would happen if we rung it.
What's up with the box, Chad? Or Billiam.
Thank you for using my proper name. It seems to be the bell for summoning something.
Hmm.
Can I do an Arcana check?
On what?
The bell.
There is no
Yeah,
bell.
it's
It's
not
just
in
the
there.
box.
It's just a box.
Oh, it's just a box.
It's just
I
a
like-
box.
I like to
But
think
if
that while
it's abyssal, probably not summoning anything good.
Right.
while all this has happened, Chauncey has hemmed the sleeves of his fancy clothes like an inch and a half shorter than they were, just so that the
Fucking
next
with the
time he
clothes.
puts them on.
Jed like shits on his toothbrush and you like make his clothes slightly more uncomfortable.
Oh my God, you do that thing where you go in and with a seam ripper and you only rip like every other seam so that they can wear it, but then if an accident happens, the clothes just fall off.
I mean, Chauncey, why don't you do the same thing to his blankets?
I'm not shitting on his blankets.
Not that.
I want him to get in the bed, or else the painting won't yell at him.
What I mean is make the blankets just like a few inches shorter.
It's a quilt that's kind of hard to do.
Okay, a quilt.
It's kind of hard to do without it being noticeable, but
Yes,
That's
Chauncey's like destroying a blanket would, that would take a lot more time than just look, his sleeves are shorter.
Right.
Or what about making the pegs of his bed just a bit shorter too?
I think perhaps we might want to be more curious about why exactly this man has in his possession a bell that can summon demons in theory.
Oh, I think we
Yeah.
can pretty much surmise that the father is very
It's
sketchy.
because he sucks. I keep saying this.
That's
And so
that's kind of your opinion of anybody related to the Church of O.
Yes, and I'm never wrong.
okay, but so the point is now what?
Should we go?
That's a great question.
I feel like we should probably
We
get
could
out
just
of
like go
here.
ask him about it, and we could read his thoughts.
That is true. How many of us have detect thoughts?
Not many.
He can do it for free.
if you are dipping, Adrien, if you are dipping back into Chrysanthus's view, at this point, it seems like Brother Dane Woodstock is making his way back towards the church.
All right, guys. Looks like we ran out of time. It is time for us to go.
Give me the box. I need to. Chauncey's gonna put everything back just the way they found it,
Okay.
Mm.
and relock thing. He can. I don't know. Locking shit is the same as unlocking it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would say
Maybe
it's a little bit
Backwards.
easier. I would say it's a little easier because you're just pushing things out of alignment as opposed to forcing things back into alignment.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's a little easier. I won't make you make a check for that.
It's gonna be like 50.
Let me Make a tool check.
If you
Okay.
want to make a tool check, fine, but the DC is going to be like 5, so
Unless you roll a nat one.
even
I
if
couldn't
you
be-
roll in that one.
Fair. No, I won't. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
Let's-
want to talk to him while he's here, or do we want you to just leave?
I mean, we could always make it out that we're just there to pray.
Yeah.
I'm really not great at lying, though.
Well, then just don't talk.
Just literally.
I'm
don't
great at
talk.
lying.
Same, actually.
Same, actually.
All right.
I
So you
mean,
all,
yeah.
what are you
You know,
doing?
Shawthorn, being the honest people out of this group is a hard thing sometimes.
That's why I'm just chilling in a pew right now.
Fair enough.
It's gotta
All
be
right.
fine.
So I guess everybody makes their way back out into the sanctuary. It's probably about maybe 10 minutes before he gets in. Just comes to the door, looks in and nods. Well, tell me if you all need anything. I will be writing my sermon for this upcoming Sunday.
Well, actually, Father, I've been wanting to ask you a few things.
Brother, actually, I haven't reached that state yet, but I can
Fucking loser.
preach.
Oh my God. Really, you carry yourself with such prosperity, I guess.
Sure.
Why
But
not?
Interesting adjective to pick.
well, excuse me. It's late at night. I'm tired.
You're fine.
With you carry yourself with such authority.
One must when you inhabit such a role.
So tell me, brother. Got myself that time.
Tell me,
How-
brother.
Brother.
Father.
Oh my
Brother.
God. So tell me,
That should be a new role. The father.
Help me, stepbrother.
No!
I'm stuck in this washing automaton, stepbrother.
I was waiting for it.
So
I was
tell
waiting
me,
for it.
how
my
long
goodness.
have you been here for?
I'm gonna
Well,
have detect thoughts up, or just
oh,
why not?
okay.
Yeah.
You have detect thoughts up. Cool. He is a brick wall. You get nothing.
Like magically nothing, or he's like
Magically nothing.
I was
Like
about to say, is
he's
this the
wearing
same
a
thing
ring
I
of
get?
mind shielding.
Yeah, this is the same thing I get when I.
Okay.
I'll send a mental ping to everyone saying that we can't read his mind. He's protected from it.
Sounds familiar.
Specifically know the reason why, because I could always shake his hand and do sleight of hand, or Lyla could do that because she's probably better at it.
What are you trying to say about
I
Miss
have a
Lyla?
good sleight of hand.
Wait, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing?
You're
Taking
trying to-
off the
I think Jed might bite this bullet because I have experience with this
Okay,
particular
so
item.
if
I have a good sleight
Jedidiah
of hand.
knows that the ring is like the ring of protection
Mind
against
shielding.
yeah, the ring of mind shielding, then he could take the ring.
What happened to your microphone?
Yeah, you just disappeared there at the end.
You're still quiet. We can't hear
Oh
you.
yeah, no, we can't hear anything from you.
Oh.
I am just gonna point out though that like rings of mind shielding can become invisible
They
if the
can.
wearer wants them to be invisible.
Mine is
They can.
invisible.
And
So
Right.
you
Can
have
you guys
no
hear me
idea
now?
what finger it's on. Yes,
Yes,
we can
we
hear
can
you
hear you
now.
Okay, so
I
if
could also just tell him to tell us all the things because I'm really fucking good
Yeah.
at persuasion. So
I mean, I could try it too. I have the glasses of mind control.
I mean, we could also just like force him to tell us all the things, but
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure a few of us have suggestions. So
Yes.
Jed has fireball, so
I have fireball, which is very persuasive.
Yeah, you know what? Can I
Yeah, I guess I'll just be like mentally ping like, are we just gonna jump this guy? I'm getting the feeling we're just gonna jump this guy.
I'll be like, normally I would be
No.
against that, but honestly, at this point,
No.
All right, Lyla, you go after him with the sex appeal, and if that fails, we jump.
Lyla, we're giving you. You have 20 seconds, Lyla.
Chauncey's just gonna be like, if it goes sideways, I will cast the strongest spell known to all of us, Hammer to the Skull.
Oh my god.
Hammer
Okay.
to the skull.
I
Of
can
course.
also harmlessly paralyze him, that's something that is an option. But
Can I please use my eyes of charming?
You can
Sure.
try.
Okay, so what do I need to? It just has the charges.
So it's basically casting, I believe it's suggestion. So
It's
you
save DC 13.
okay. But you do have to tell me what specifically your suggestion is. Because you have to tell him in order for that the spell to work. It's not mind control, it is I give
Right.
you a command and you follow it.
Right. So tell us why. So tell us why are you here?
All right. And then it is a charisma saving throw, right?
DC 13. Yep.
He succeeds.
Damn it! Why can't I ever? Never mind.
Perhaps maybe someone a
Does
little
he
bit more
know? Wait, does he know you
diplomatic.
did that afterwards?
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
God damn
Does
it.
suggestion
Um,
probably says something about that.
the lens.
If he tried to cast suggestion, then yes. Because on the
Provided that you and the target see each other, the lenses were. It doesn't say anything about him knowing that I tried to charm him.
So the way suggestion typically works, unless you're subtle spelling it, so people know you're casting magic on them.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the
because
problem. Magic is
My last D&D character, part of his entire out of combat kit was so I could subtle spell suggestion people.
right.
basically, yeah. He
Yeah.
had to every single time because it was obvious that magic is obvious in this universe. You have to
I
make a
was
motion with your hand. You have to
yeah.
speak words that are strange to people,
Yeah.
and then something happens. So people
Okay,
Yep.
so it
typically
looks
know.
like we're going into
That's
combat.
how he knows we
Jed,
well, we're
just
not
tried
yeah.
quite
I
there.
was just gonna try to talk to him because I'm
Yeah.
really good at that
I
without
mean,
magic, like at
go
all.
ahead.
I could use my unsettling words on him though. Just in case we do a little saving throw. So I'll make him feel a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, then persuasion check. Let's just go for so let's just be honest here. I don't I don't think most of us here actually trust that your interests are in the best of this town. And I think we'd like to know a little bit more about it. You mind enlightening us? And I'm gonna go for just a straight ass persuasion check.
And I give her the help action with Chauncey kind of standing to the back, and he's got Pyre Maul in both of his hands, and like it gets a little bit orange hot for
I'll
a
give you
second.
I'll give you a little D4 too for my
I mean,
not
at
actually,
this
for my
point, the
art check.
only thing I can do better than my natural roll is crit it. So
It's fine. Just add a D4 in there.
okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll add a D4. And that makes it a total of a 33.
Jesus Christ.
Outroll me and stuff. Hell yeah.
She's so charming. She's so delightful.
So he is going to, well, fine. Seems you've caught me. I would like to ask you to leave. I have my own thing that I'm doing, and I don't need any interference. Besides, wouldn't you want to protect everyone against another super weapon?
Wait,
The
what does
thing
he know?
is,
The
if
fuck
I
does he
was
know?
if I was you, I'd be a little bit more worried about protecting myself. Because I'm going to be honest, the longer this conversation goes on between you and I here, the longer you get to stay alive and the longer my friends don't beat the shit out of you.
Like when he mentions super weapon, Chauncey's grip tightens and he's just like, get him to talk, Lyla.
Chauncey's feeling smashy.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about this super weapon?
Well, I mean, the government covered it up.
Mm-hmm.
There was a shop Oh, right. He certainly thinks there is.
Is
He's
this
a
guy like a
conspiracy
truther? Is he a
theorist.
The
conspiracy?
authorities covered it up.
The Illuminati.
Thunderhorn Bluff was blown off the map by Corrigan and her cronies, and Vera was one of them. Do you think she's not building another weapon?
It like she mostly makes rainbows.
Oh my
Um,
God.
That's just a facade. Well, I am tired of this. I suggest you all leave right now. And he turns, and I'm actually going to make a real quick insight check.
mm,
Yeah, he sees you, Chauncey, tightening your grip on Pyremal, and he points to you, and his eyes turn black as he speaks a word, and I need you to make me
Can I
Not
cast a
in
spell?
God damn
And
it.
wisdom,
a
Is this a
intelligence saving
spell?
throw. It is
motherfucker.
Oh,
unfortunately an intelligence saving
Oh,
throw,
well,
but
you're
you know,
good at
he
those
doesn't know
anyway,
that.
so.
intelligence save. I mean, if Jed wants to counterspell, you really don't have to worry. My intelligence saving throw, it's plus 10, so that's a 23, and I can add 5 to it if I need to with Flash of Genius.
Okay. However,
That's
you
insane.
do take
Thanks, Cloak of Protection. We love you, Cloak of Protection.
you're going to take 21 points of psychic damage as your mind feels like it's being crushed.
Jesus.
However, you managed to shake off whatever effect this was.
Can I charge this guy when he does this? Chauncey's got a nosebleed out of nowhere. He
Yes,
very
and
obviously
that
casted like combat magic at us, right?
he very clearly did. If anyone wants to make like an Arcana check, you can try and
Yay.
figure out what spell he tried to cast.
I got a 23.
This was Feeble Mind.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Feeble Mind. You motherfucker. I got over a 20 on an Arcana check.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, so you
charging
know
it.
this was Feeble Mind. Yes, so let's roll initiative.
Oh God.
Oh, he didn't get that great of initiative.
So much. Nat 20.
I also got a
Nice.
nat 20 plus.
Nice.
I got a 1.
So 20 for Adrien, 1 for Jed.
It's
Poor Grandpa
21.
Billiam.
Oh, let me get up. Oh, 1 second. Just 2 in character.
He's a method actor.
I've got an 18.
18 for Lyla,
15 for Shaw.
15 for Shaw, and Chauncey, what did you get again?
I
Oh,
got
20.
a nat 20 plus a 2 plus 4 off of the elf shit thing. What is it?
Gift of
Gift of
Alacrity.
Alacrity. Yeah, so 26.
26. All right. So you are first, and you charge him with this hammer after he attempted to cast Feeble Mind on you.
Chauncey, don't kill him.
Kill him! Kill him, Chauncey!
Okay, so my first swing, mate, Chauncey's a little mad.
He's just a little.
I rolled a 2 plus 11 is a 13. Does the 13 hit him?
It does not. It seems to slam into some sort of magical force.
Oh, he's shielded.
Oh, you dumb motherfucker. Next hit is a 24 to hit.
That will in fact hit.
All right.
I am going to need you to, however, for no particular reason whatsoever, separate out the fire damage.
Okay.
Mother.
I will Arcane Jolt, though.
He's a Jed.
Is this man coming for my fucking bag?
The fire damage is 8 fire damage. The rest of the damage is 6, 13. Not a great damage roll.
So
13
21.
non-fire damage, 8 fire damage. Yep, 21 total, but 8 of it is fire.
All right, and he has to make a concentration check that he fails. You watch as he
Motherfucker, I swear if you're a
transforms.
tiefling.
He is a gray tiefling
God damn it.
with jet black horns, jet black hair, and
God.
black nails.
I think Jed actually just starts laughing.
he has a tail
You're
poking out
Fucking
of
shitting me.
we all just look at Jed.
Yeah.
Jedidiah attacks him by suing for copyright.
Chauncey's little reaction is like, mine's hotter, and there's a Talipo dart flying at this guy's fucking head.
All right.
Fuck me. That's also a 13 to hit. Chauncey's not swinging very well on this feeble-minding asshole. But Lovey May's up there with Chauncey. He's got two of us on him. That's all I
All
got.
right. All right. So the dart does not hit, you said?
Nope. 3 attacks, missed 2 out of 3. Gotta love
All
it.
right. So it looks like after Chauncey, it is Adrien, followed by Lyla.
I'm casting Witch Bolt.
Cool.
Do it.
Saving throw.
That is going to be a
Attack roll.
22.
Yeah,
Oh.
Witch Bolt's an attack roll.
Forgot about that. All right. So that will hit him. Roll your damage.
That is going to be 13 damage.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
There's not really much else I can do.
Okay, cool. Lyla,
I'm
you
up,
are up
and
next.
yeah, I am going to cast Suggestion, and I did already use Unsettling Words on him, so that's at a minus D8. I need a Wisdom save, and her suggestion will be limited to 2 sentences. So let's call it: cease this senseless attacking, turn yourself into Claude, and let him do with you as he wishes.
All right. So you said it was minus a D8, and it's a what saving throw?
Whiz.
Wisdom. All right. And then minus a D8. And then special bullshit go. Where's a D10?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
How does
Oh my
a
god, he's a he's a
This is-
fiend warlock.
This is horse shit.
how does a 17 stand up?
Oh, bullshit.
That meets and beats.
Right on the button.
No.
Fucking tits.
Cool.
Ain't that about a bitch? Well, I still got a bonus action, so
Uh-huh.
let's do a boop boop be doop boop ba doop boop 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 boop. Yeah, let's just give a bardic inspiration to who didn't move yet. Who didn't move yet?
Me, Jed.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Bardic inspiration. There,
Take it,
you have
Shaw.
Shaw.
Yay!
All right.
There you go. Also, it's worth noting if you use it on a roll and not damage or healing, I now have unfailing inspiration. So if you use it on a roll and the roll fails, you keep the bardic inspiration.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's the Eloquence Bard thing.
Mhm.
All right. I'm trying to figure out who he's going to cast this particular spell on. I think. Okay, yeah, he's definitely going to go for Lyla, I think, since you tried multiple times to control his mind.
Fuck that ring.
He points at you, and a very familiar greenish black lightning bolt leaps out at you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What if I counterspell?
Okay, roll it. So it's
What
10
if
plus the spell's
counterspell?
level, I believe.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not great.
Ooh.
That's only a 12.
Oh no.
It does not counterspell this.
Shit,
R.I.P..
that's...
So, Lyla, make me that
Is-
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, it's not an attack roll. Yeah, okay, all right.
I want to double check one thing real quick.
15?
Is counterspell an ability check? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's just I would add my charisma and that's it.
What if I added 5 to that?
Then it would have been a 17.
I could add 5 to Lila's check. I have Flash of Genius. I'm just wondering what we should. What was your saving throw, Lyla?
I rolled a 15.
I mean, it's probably better to do the counter spell
Yeah, yeah.
instead of the
Yeah.
save.
Yeah, but there's also a chance that a 17 won't work because he was casting an 8th level spell at me, but we'll do that. Yeah. Will Flash of Genius the counter spell? I don't know.
So that
Sure.
makes it 17.
17. Yeah.
That does successfully counterspell the Finger of Death
Oh,
Oh,
that
fuck.
Lyla was about to get hit with.
Jesus
for a second
Christ.
time? Fuck this.
Yeah, I know. These 2 episodes have been a lot of if I had a nickel, I'd have 2 nickels, which is more than you'd think.
Right.
This episode has been a lot of that. So unfortunately, that is the end of his turn. However, he is going to use some of his movement speed to back up away from you all. And that's going to be
Yeah.
the end of his turn. So next up is going to be Shaw, followed by Jed, and then back up to the top.
I'm gonna use upcasted psychic lance. I need an intel save.
All right. Unnatural 20.
Can I make that a 5?
You most certainly may. So he gets a 6.
All right, he's incapacitated and he takes 33 psychic damage.
Hot.
He can't
Ooh.
make and so until my next turn he's incapacitated. So until my next turn, he can't take actions or reactions.
You also have
Ouch.
a bardic you can spend on that damage if you want.
Was it a D?
D8.
Yeah, I'll throw that on there. Why not?
Yeah. Because I think I can only have one bardic active at a time,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So add 1 to that.
Oh, bardic inspiration coming in clutch here.
Oh, but he looks wrecked by that as you slam this lance into him. His eyes are bloodshot. The sclera
It's
just
just like
turned red.
drool.
There's tears dripping out of his eyes, dripping out of his ears, dripping out of his nose, just blood. As you've clearly just like hemorrhaged his brain with this lance, and he's standing there unsteady on his feet, his fingers trying to form a spell but can't.
Yeah, it's only a vocal component, so you just see Shaw like mutter a word and this guy just fucking blanks out.
I did try to warn you nicely. I'm real sorry about it.
All right. So that means it is Jed's turn.
Hell yeah. Jed is still cackling.
Billiard.
I think I walk like up until him like maybe 10 feet away from him. Like, you're fucking shitting me. Is this for real? Is somebody punking me right now? And I drop the illusion.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, like, trust me, I get the whole thing about like pretending to be a priest to infiltrate a town for your own nefarious means. Like, trust me, I am on this same page. Well, you get a ring of mind shielding from your patron, some sort of fiend, right? Is that what we're working with?
It turns out it's the same patron.
It's the
Who's your patron? Mine's Mazarandael.
He tries to form words but can't. The brain hemorrhage is just too much.
Gotcha. This is the brain. Okay.
Sorry.
Listen.
Sorry, that's me.
I was super hardcore in the camp of let's kill this guy. And I got outvoted, just so you know. So the fact that we're here is huge for me. Like,
Okay, you want to
I'm
wrap
kind
it
of
up
coming
here?
around, though. I'm kind of like really. I would love to know how we got here. So, like, could you just like chill, maybe? Could we just
As he's just
talk about
stumbling,
this?
trying to remain awake.
Jed,
Right.
just we can let Adrien eat his brain. It's whatever.
I
But look
scrambled
at
his brains,
him.
bro.
He tried to feeble mind me. Feeble mind
Stop
does
it.
Guy. He's just a cute little guy. He finger of death, Delilah. It's fine.
He has a baseball game tomorrow.
Just
Yeah, I was gonna
wrap it
eat
up.
his brain regardless to see about the bell, but
Wrap it up.
whatever.
But guys, am I outvoted now for not killing him?
I'm down for just knocking him the fuck out and
I
tying him
think
up and then
Chauncey's
killing him
turn is
later.
next
Let's
if you would
kill
like to
him, and
pass
then
your
it's let's
turn.
not kill
What
him.
can I do here? I'm gonna.
Y'all giving me whiplash. I swear to God.
I mean, it's uncanny, right? Like,
Well,
That
yeah,
the
I do
moment
have to give
Chauncey
you
has
that.
his turn,
Chad, he
it's gonna
tried
be over.
crippling me.
you shot me yesterday.
I thought
was-
we agreed we were past that.
Oh my
I
god.
told you he wasn't past that.
This guy is just looking back and forth, trying to piece things together in his mind. Just
Have this conversation now in front of this poor semi-crippled cultist?
Brother Dane.
Okay, Okay, let me pitch you guys something. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I need a Wisdom save, and I'm gonna heighten spell it.
If I may,
So
I still have
disadvantage.
Witch Bolt up.
Well, you could
Oh,
drop
yeah,
the witch bolt.
well,
It's a
he
wisdom
rolled a
save.
4, so that's not beating anything.
Cool. So he's paralyzed for a minute.
Yes, and I think at this point you all have been talking enough that the effects of the psychic lance have worn off. He's just glaring at you.
Guys.
Drop Witch Bolt.
Wait,
Guys.
the ring. Wait. First,
Wait.
guys, the
Let's
ring.
tie him up. Let's see. I walk up, I grab both of his hands and start like feeling around for a ring.
All right. I will say it probably takes like a good while to kind of feel around his fingers to
Somebody
find
start
it, and then
tying him
finally
up.
Chauncey, tie him up. You're the
Oh,
strong one.
I
you
think
do pull
actually
the
I
ring
might
off.
Oh, Lyla might be more experienced tying people up than me.
Get in there, Lyla.
Go, Miss Lyla, go.
I actually do have really good sleight of hand, and also thematically, yes. Like,
Yeah, Lyla knows all the
It's like a
knots.
really complicated knot.
We'll get I'll like take my sock off and shove it in his mouth.
I look like a sexy little Christmas ham.
Chauncey, can you lock the doors? Magic this time.
Chauncey's gonna go over and arcane lock the front door, and
Maybe we should drag him to one of the back rooms without
Yeah.
the windows.
By the way, don't get in your bed.
Lila's like was preparing
Or
to
use
like
your toothbrush. I'm so sorry. I thought you were a priest.
Why are we apologizing to him? Judge, shut the fuck up.
in the middle of
He's
like you're
entirely
trying to talk to him.
biased.
She's like getting ready to put him on the bed, spread eagle, and she's we're not like that.
The second he gets in there, you hear like a booming voice. Like, Dane, son, your actions have earned you a place in the deepest pits of hell.
Even though he's still
I know
held
it's over
person,
the
you
top.
watch his eyes roll, his bloodied eyes just roll.
All
right,
yeah,
so
so we tie
Door's
him up
magically
for real.
locked. He's tied up. We're in the back. He's paralyzed. All right.
Cool.
Well, hold person is only going to last so long,
For a
and then he's
minute.
going to be able to try and
Wait, it's a
wiggle out.
sock in his mouth,
Sock
tied
in
up.
his mouth, tied up.
He
Yeah.
took his ring.
I find the ring and I can
Yes,
take
you
it.
found the ring and you've taken it off.
does he have an
Oh, yeah.
arcane? Does he have an arcane focus we can remove just to be on the
Good
safe
call.
side?
I
What
mean,
was
if
he
you want to
casting spells with?
investigate, check him.
Sure, Chauncey's gonna investigate this
Yeah.
strange tiefling's body.
I'll give you the help action while I'm tying it up.
Chauncey definitely has a type.
I like lean down and I shoot him a psychic message into his head.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I was
and I'm
gonna-
like, listen, dude, I really flipped 180 on this whole situation, and I am your lifeline now. Like, these motherfuckers want you dead.
I got a 27 to investigate him.
You find
Thanks, help.
a small medallion with amethyst in it. It looks like it was fashioned like the back of a hand mirror, and it has an incredibly handsome, unnaturally handsome face. The cheekbones are very high, the eyes are very dark and mysterious. The hair is laid perfectly, but there are also horns if you'd like to make a religion check, or if anyone would
Yeah.
like to make a religion
Could
check.
I
Sure.
do that? And I feel like I should have advantage because this man is me.
And I mean, you were a religious figure.
Religion check. Here we go.
Yeah, Chauncey's just like, look at this hot guy. I think it's Chauncey got a dirty 20 on his religion check.
My roll.
Okay.
I got a
17.
19.
Okay.
Oh wait, I rolled Arcana instead. It's actually
It's
that is
religion.
a
I was gonna say,
23.
Much better.
Fuck yeah.
23. Okay. This is an image of Grozd, the sort of demon lord of pleasure and hedonism.
Oh,
Grozd, really? Did not have you pegged as a Grozd kind of guy.
hmm.
I mean, if Grozd is his patron, he might want to get pegged.
Hey, hey.
He did just kind of get a little bit sexier. I'm not gonna lie.
Can we not ignore the almost crippled me part? Just saying everything.
Also,
Again,
almost
shot me
death
yesterday.
Lyla.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
think almost deathing Lyla is worse than almost crippling you.
Listen, there were a lot of spells happening. Some mistakes were made.
just think of all the ways he could be punished all tatted like that.
can't they just eat him?
Damn. I've never paid for your services, Lyla. I don't think I've ever seen you like this.
Oh,
Lyla's
something
in
about the
work
rope
mode.
just brings it out of me.
Lyla
I
has a
just
rying
eat
crop
him?
that she's had in her bag this whole time.
Lyla, is that why you had me make those braided ropes for you a few months ago?
Lyla actually put Aiden through Boy Scout camp just to learn nuts.
Yes. That.
Yeah, I was involved with the Boy Scouts.
Mm.
Oh my
Oh, there
God.
were boys, and they was scouting.
Oh my god.
All right. So
There
you
are
have him,
children, people.
so you have him tied up, and you figured out that his patron is, in fact, Grozd. So I think this would be a good time to leave it there so that you guys have a little bit of time to think about your interrogation questions that you're going to be asking him. I should also say, Chauncey, you did find the bell on him,
Oh,
and you found the book that would have fit into his into the compartment. It is basically a gutted holy book of O. On the inside is like all of his warlock shit.
Mm.
His warlock spell book, his all his incantations and spells and things like that all in there, but it's wrapped in
Are
this
you a
holy
pact
book
of
of
the
O.
tome also?
Jesus Christ.
Surprise.
No,
And
the question is, who did it first?
I
We're gonna
think
find
he's
out-
higher level than me, so
We're
probably
gonna,
him.
we're gonna find
well,
out
he
Jed's
can
actually
cast
just a
Feeble
fucking
Mind
clone.
and Finger of Death, and I don't think
Yeah.
Jen can just yet. So
No.
yeah.
I have
Well,
level 3 spell slots. That's my highest level.
yeah. So we're going to leave it there, and we will pick up next week when the group interrogates this brand new person. So I will see you all next week.